Video, we're going to look at how to do the Gumball assembly to put all the parts together. So I'm going to grab my Workspace app and I'm going to open up Autodesk Inventor. First thing I want to verify is that I have my pointer in my hand. We're going to create a new file, but this time it's going to be a standard IAM, and I'm going to say create for this. You're going to notice the tabs at the top are a little different for this. We're going to be starting in the Assemble tab, and what we need to do is place our parts. We're going to click the word place, and it's very important that we place piece number 1 first. I'm going to grab piece 1. I'm going to say open. Now, has this in my hand, what I have to do is click once to place piece 1, and it spins. You're going to notice it's giving me the option to put another piece 1 down, but we only need one of them. So we're going to hit the escape key. To do that, we grab our keyboard, we pin that top bar, and I'm going to use the escape key to drop my tool. Before we move on to the second place, we're going to come over here and we are going to ground this. What we want to make sure is that piece 1 can't be manipulated or turned. So when we find this in the model bar over here, with our pointer in hand, we're going to long click on that part, come down to grounded, and we're going to turn that on. If you've grounded it, you should see there's a pin right there. That pin is saying that this piece can't move. We're good to go. Before we place number 2, let's make sure we save our part early. I'm going to go up to File, Save As. I am sitting in a folder in my H drive, which I'm going to stay in. And the name should be set to Gumball Assembly. And I'm going to put a little extra since I'm making a video out of it. Make sure you save that, has a name in your H drive. We're ready to place our second part. I'm going to come up and grab the place tool. We're going to grab piece number 2. And I'm going to open it up. Now I'm going to take my pointer, move this somewhere above my part, and click once. And now we have to drop our tool because I don't want 2 of these, so I hit the escape key to drop my tool. We have to take piece number 2 and we have to attach it onto piece number 1. To do that, we're going to use something called a constrain, and we're going to mate a couple faces together. Up top, I have the constrain tool. It automatically brings you in to the mate function right here. So I want to mate the top of my piece 1 to the bottom of my piece 2. So I'm going to take my pointer. You'll see the arrow on top of piece 1. I'm going to click once. Now I need to see the bottom of piece 2. We have 2 ways of getting to this. I'll show you both. You decide what works better for you. One way is to come up to your navigation cube very, very carefully and select a different corner on that cube so that you can see the bottom of your piece. It's not too bad. The other option is to turn on the free orbit right here. The problem with free orbit is you can't use your pointer tool. So you would have to turn your pointer off, use your finger to spin this around, turn your pointer back on, and hit the escape key to drop the free orbit. That is a lot of steps. It does give you some freedom to move things around though, so it may be useful. All right, now that we can see the bottom of our piece, I'm going to take my pointer, click on the bottom, and it has now mated those two faces together, so we're ready to come over and apply that. Awesome. We're going to come up to our home view. Now we need to line up the back of our pieces and the side of our pieces. So we're going to switch over to the flush function right here. And I'm going to flush the side of piece 2 to the side of piece 1. So I come in very carefully, not grabbing the chamfer, but grabbing the side. I'm going to click once. I'm going to grab the side of piece number 1, click twice. They are now perfectly aligned, so we can come up here and apply that. Next, we need to do a flush for the back of piece 2 to the back of piece 1. Good to go. Hit apply. This piece is now locked in place in 3 directions, so it can't move anymore. I'm going to come and hit cancel. If I tried to move this, you're going to notice it is stuck. Alrighty, let's save this part. Next up, I'm going to come in and I'm going to place. And we are going to place a dowel on our part. I find my dowel, I open it up, and I'm going to click to place this, and then we are going to hit the escape key. So I want this dowel to fit in the hole in piece number 1. We're going to use the constrain command, but this time we're going to leave the mate function, and we're going to move over to the insert function. So we want to insert that pole into that hole. To do this, I have to come over and select, you'll notice I can get the top or the bottom. I want the bottom of this dowel, so I click once I'm on that. I'm going to take my pointer and come over and carefully, you'll notice I have the top and the bottom. I want the bottom of this hole. And then I need to switch the direction. So it was set to opposed, and now I want to make it aligned. So the bottom of that dowel lines up with the bottom of piece number 1. I'm going to apply this. I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to hit save up top. Alrighty. I'm going to break this into 2 parts. The second video is going to show you guys how to put piece 3, 3, 4, and another dowel on. For now, we are going to save this, and I will pick up in part 2. Bye, everyone.